Hello, friends and family. I just wanted to come on here real quick because of the headline news. Realtors reach settlement that will change how Americans buy and sell homes. Headline news. And there's several other things that saying the commission is changing in the world of real estate for real estate agents. And there's other headlines that say prices are going to be dropping because commission is dropping. Now, just would like to start right there. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter what the compensation is on a real estate professional, whether it's higher or whether it's lower. Supply and demand is the only thing that actually can change the market prices, not commission, not compensation. It's actually supply and demand. All right. So last year, for instance, the prices of properties went up roughly 2 up to 4%. But what did we have? We had low supply, but we also had low demand. So supply is a very big driving factor in the world. If you got low supply and even low demand of buyers because interest rate was so high, prices still went up because of that low supply. Over the last couple decades, we've had prices continuing to go up, typically anywhere from 4 to 6%, depending on the area, other than that little blip during COVID when prices really went up high because interest rates were so low. So that demand from buyers was huge and supply was crazy low. So that's the only thing that will affect um, prices of property, not compensation of real estate agents. So now let's talk about compensation of real estate agents because there's a few different factors here. All right. So number one, you're still going to want your listing agent. That's your professional that comes in there, values your property, tells you what it's worth, talks about a marketing plan, how we're going to market this on over 80 different plus websites across the nation, spending marketing dollars, retargeting ads, everything we can do, open houses, circle prospecting around neighborhoods, farming neighborhoods to try to drive more traffic into your property. That's the real estate professional's job. There's actually roughly 179 ways that real estate professionals work for you. So I just threw out a couple of quick ones that are some of the most important ones that you use a real estate agent to help you sell your home for. That's still going to be there, not going away. Number two, the buyer's agent, getting out there, showing the properties, finding the properties, sometimes finding off the market properties, sometimes door knocking to help you find a property in the neighborhood you want to try to find that property, and then negotiating that transaction to get you the lowest possible price that you could pay for that property, depending on the supply and demand of the market. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, just depends on what's going on with that market. That buyer's agent is still going to be there, still there to help you. None of that changes. Okay. So now let's talk about the how, because that's the pay that you're hearing all over the place, the compensation, because that professional is working their rear end off for you. They got to feed their family, got to pay these bills. Now, how does that happen? Those bills for the marketing dollars, the bills for the gas to get you into the homes, the bills for setting up, sometimes we're helping to pay for different things like inspections and warranties and stuff like that. So there's that compensation there that a real estate professional does to help you. So how is that going to happen now? Well, a little bit different, okay? And not actually a ton different, a little bit different. Number one, you won't see what a buyer's getting paid anymore inside the MLS if this goes through. I won't see that anymore. That's going to go away. So what does that mean? That means that buyer's compensation is negotiated when the offer is submitted on the property. That buyer's agent's compensation is negotiated at that time. And so if you get 5 offers and one's higher than all the other ones, but that buyer's agent's compensation is actually requesting a higher compensation, but it's going to make you more money, you're probably still going to accept that offer, right? Or at least negotiate that one because that's your best. That might mean you might end up paying more in commission. Then again, that might mean you might be paying less in commission. It's negotiable at the time of the offer written. So that explains the buyer side. Now, the seller side is always negotiated when you're sitting at the table, going over the marketing dollars, going over everything that's being done to get this property on the market and sold, sold for the highest possible price you could get. That's still going to be there. So what we did is we decoupled it. Now that's the changes in the compensation. It's just decoupled now. Now, does that mean the seller's agent's still going to be paying as that buyer's agent commission? Not exactly. It could be paid several different ways. And so you're going to see that negotiation process now happening, which is really good for you, the consumer. It's a great opportunity. Okay, so now it doesn't mean price is going to drop because that's not changing that unless supply starts really taking off. Then we might see that happen. And usually when that happens, it's a blurb in the market and then it goes right back up. Real estate is still the best investment you can do out there, one of the best investments you can do out there. That's been one of the most secure investments year over year. Even during the 2008 crash, it still went right back up, and on average, about $75,000 drop in 2 years. Not as much as you'd think. And so the blip is there, and then it goes right back up. So your supply and demand is the only thing that's going to affect that, not what's paid by compensation to agents. So you're still going to need your agents there, which is great. You got them there. They're not going away. Your favorite real estate agent, make sure you call them and talk to them and give them a little bit of love, because they're getting trashed a little bit in the news when you know there are some agents that aren't the best ones out there, but most agents out there are working really hard for you, and you know the ones you love. So give them a little love out there, because this isn't very nice what's being put out in the news. All right. But just want to make sure you have all the tools in your tool belt to understand what's going on here in the news and how it affects you and buying and selling your home. So, all right, guys, God bless, and I hope you do well and have a great week. Thank you much for your time.